What is going on, everybody? It is Chris / BladesVault here, and we're going to go straight into the video because this is us getting the flags. Now, you thought we are in the corner of the map on this boat here, which, if I'm honest, is a bit of a nightmare to get to. You can try jumping from that bridge, but to be honest, most of the time you're going to miss. But really, the best way is to lower yourself down to one of the platforms onto the pole in front of me and to just hop from there to the flag. Now, I know this says 2 out of 100. It's actually 1. It was just a mistake on my part. Now, the second flag is a little further across, and it's just sitting right there, again in one of the corners. And basically, it's hard to miss. It's up on the wall that leads to the outer city. Just climb up that building, onto the first pole, onto the second pole, and whoop, that's our second flag. Now, we're not getting all 100 here, we are simply getting all the ones that were possible to get from the this first section, the Poor District of Damascus. Third flag, as you can see, a little further up, we're still at the top, and again, it's not very hard to miss. This is just a big sort of, I suppose it's like a bridge, but it's basically just part of the building that goes over the river, and it's splat bang in the middle. Just climb a building, go onto it. For flag, as you can see, we are still around that sort of top area by the river. This is the last flag near the river, and it is on a boat at the other end. Come down that ladder, onto that platform, onto that boat, onto this pole, and onto the flag. Do not worry if you fall into the river after getting a flag, because it will still count. The sixth one is a bit more further in. It's kind of difficult to see there because the map's a bit faded, but basically it's near the entrance, and it's just on the top of that little bird cage thingy. That, of course, being number 5. Number 6 is a little further across, and it's a bit more difficult to see. It's sort of in the corner there a bit. Just basically look for that sort of corner area with the palm tree nearby. Number 7 is very close, and again, it's sort of in a corner. This one is more in plain sight though, so you shouldn't actually have any issue finding it. Shouldn't cause you any problem, I hope. But, you know, if it does, I've got a map down below which you can check out, which will give you all the locations as well. Number, I've lost count, it's going to stay on the screen, is on this pole that's just sticking up in the middle of nowhere. Number 9, that'll be number 8 on this list. And yeah, again, it's plain sight, easy to see. Number 9 is more further down, right near the last building. This is inside the market on one of the posts at the top. You can quite easily climb up to them, and once you do that, it's no problem to actually get it. Shouldn't cause you any issues at all. Number 10, which is what we're finally on, is sort of more hidden. Basically, you go to the area which is pointed out on the map, and you see sort of this entrance area here, and you come down this alleyway, go past the sort of little fenced off area, and it's just there in the corner next to a ladder. That is number 10. Ignore the number on the screen, it's not accurate. For number 11, which is what we're going to now, it is basically just on a roof. Now, if this area looks familiar, it's actually the same market building we were just in. It's on the roof off to the side of that. Number 12 is very, very nearby. Still around the area, still on the roof, but this time on the wooden part. Essentially the box to repair part, that's what it looks like. Number 13 is more across to where we were before, and it is up these set of stairs, and it's just in this little alcove here. As you can see, there's the public area to the left. It's very much again in plain sight. Number 14, as you can see, is in an alleyway. Basically, you just go in, turn right, and it's just in there. If you can't find it, just have a look around all the alleys and you will eventually see it. It shouldn't cause you any major problems to find number 14. Number 15 is quite easy. It's on the large building here, and it's just sitting on top of the roof. Couldn't honestly be any easier to find. Now, number 16 is actually very, very close to number 15. And it's pretty easy to see. See, that's the large building we were just on, so we just went off to the left, and literally straight across from the building is number 16. Easy as anything. Couldn't have been any easier, quite frankly. Number 17, I think, I'm hoping I'm not losing my numbers, is in this little area here, and you'll find a few that are in areas like this. Now, you can try and find them from the ground if you want. I would recommend trying to find them from the sky. This is number 17, I was right. Number 18 is down the bottom, near where you will find the Assassin's Bureau. And again, it's in plain sight, it's on the ground. It's just behind this little fence. Just look for the hay, basically. Number 19, which is again near the Assassin's Bureau. Which you can see there. It should be easy for you to find. And it's another one of these little alcove thingies that I said. And again, you can get them from the ground. You can see the entrance there. I would recommend going from the rooftops. It'd be much easier to find it. Now, number 20. You see, we're over halfway there already. It's again quite near the Assassin's Bureau. And it's kind of in plain sight. Just stay on the sort of upper levels, but don't go on the roof. Stay on sort of the top of the first story. And number 20 should be pretty easy to find. Number 21, we're heading back again towards the larger building, which you saw us there earlier, and it's just on the ground, tucked in this little alcove. Look for the palm tree and the bush. I recommend trying to find this one from the ground rather than going up to the rooftops. Number 22 is again around that area, very, very close by. Just in this little building here, and as you can see, it's up on sort of the first story, just sitting in the corner. Look for the ladder, look for all the things around it. If you are having any problems, like I said, there are maps down below, or a map down below, which will help you. Now, this one's a little awkward. This is number 23, I believe. I'm not sure, the number will be on the list, and you can see the two alleyways coming in, and then it's just in the middle there by the stairs. I'm sort of giving you more of an idea of where it is, because it was a little difficult to actually find. I found it hard to find. So, and there, that is number 23. Number 24, as you can see, we are right by the big building here. That literally is the big building. And what you want to do is, there's these little corner parts, and in this corner here, you want to jump in, and the flag is just sitting in a bush. Number 24 could not be any easier to find. It's literally impossible to miss. Number 25 is a little further out in an alleyway. Now, as you can see, there's nothing here, because I collected this one in the previous Let's Play by mistake. Basically, you can go back and check that out, and it will show you when I collected that flag. But I can confirm for a fact that flag is definitely 100% here. You are just going to have to trust me, though. Anyway, number 26, I'd like to say. Again, numbers are on the screens. There's not a big issue if I'm wrong. Is just on one of these overhangs. They're easy to find, but like I said, it's best to look from on top of the buildings rather than from the ground. That was number 26, I was right. 27 is near the the guards, the fighty guys, and this one you won't miss. I mean, it's literally splat bang in the middle of the stairways on the little banister wall thingies. It's impossible to miss. Number 28 is going to get a bit more difficult, because we're getting into the part of the map which is dark. Again, there is a map down below, and basically you'll find this big building. It's impossible to miss. It's near a market, and you can just see there's this little square part in the middle, and the flag is just in there. It's really easy to find. Honestly, you couldn't have an easier job. Number 29 is a little further off, and it's again in another one of these areas, which we've seen one of these before. I fell into that flag rather ungracefully, and again you can see them from plain sight, but that one you may want to go a bit higher up to try and find, but you will find it. Just keep an eye on the floor and look for one of them and you'll find it. Now, this one's fairly easy because it's basically on a big building and it's flat bang in front. It's really impossible to miss. Number 31 is in one of these alcoves here, which is more difficult to plot on the map because it's one of the darker areas. It's not so revealed, but you should find it. Number 32 is again pretty easy. It's just in a corner. Again, you know, check the map down below. It should be fine. Pause it if you need to. Number 33, and the final one I believe for this, is sitting right there at the edge of sort of where the dark is, and it's basically on this first story, there's a little hovel between two larger buildings. You may be able to see it from the ground, but I would recommend going from the building if you can do that. It certainly will help you out a lot more in the long run. Now, the flags are done, but the Templars are not. There are, I believe, 3 Templars in this section. First one was in that corner of the map, and you can see him there. Basically they're always sort of standing on this area. It's like normally some sort of rug with a pot or something on it. So they're easy to see. Now, word of warning, as you can see here, I just knocked him off and he's fine. I also hit him twice with the sword, that's the third time. So we're coming 4 times soon, and that killed him. These guys are more difficult to kill. When you eventually get access to the counter, they don't work. So it's best to try and assassinate them if you can. Obviously I failed in that first one. Second one, as you can see, is in there. And he's just basically around the building. Again, they're normally standing on something, so you can see that. I don't know if this guy is specifically, but as a general rule they normally are. This is me trying an air assassination and then remembering, oh, they're not in this game. You can see there's a chest behind him. Often they'll have chests behind them as well. Sometimes there's pots, sometimes there's chests, but they're normally always standing on some kind of rug. But what you can see, I just got down there, didn't get in front of him, ran up behind him and just killed him. That really is the easiest way to do it. You can do it other ways, but it's more difficult. Now the final one, as you can see on the map there, is just in this sort of little curve part of the road. And again, I kind of screwed up with the whole thing. You see right there, he took a heck of a fall. But he survived. Now when you see him doing that come on thing, you got to be very careful because he's actually calling nearby guards. If there are any nearby, they will hurt you. And as you can see, especially at this part of the game, when you have no ability to counter or to block the grabs, you can very nearly die. I very nearly did die there. But yeah, I mean, that is actually the end of the video. So let me know what you think. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. I hope it was helpful, and I'll see you in the next video.